So hi friends, in this lecture number 4 on bar graphs, I have DI based on pipes and cisterns, and in this DI, the data is being represented as a bar graph. This is what it looks like, and I would want you to go through the graph first, and then we will be solving questions on this graph, right? So as you can see in this bar graph, we have been given time in hours taken by different pipes to fill and empty the tank. There are four pipes number one, two, three, and four respectively. The time taken by each one of these pipes to fill the tank is represented with blue colored bars, and the time taken by each one of these pipes to empty the tank is given by the red colored bars, which this basically means that the same pipe when used as an inlet pipe will have a different efficiency, and the same pipe when used as an outlet pipe will be having a different efficiency altogether. So pipe 1 takes 6 hours to fill and 8 hours to empty. Pipe 2 takes 8 hours to fill and 9 hours to empty. Pipe 3 takes 5 hours to fill and then 4 hours to empty. And pipe 4 takes 10 hours to fill and then 12 hours to empty the same tank. So what we could have done over here is that before even we start solving the questions, we can work out the efficiencies of all these pipes in terms of liters per hour. So for that, we'll have to assume the total volume of the tank. How do we assume the total volume of the tank? We're going to take the LCM of 9, 10, 12, and 8. 6 is not required because since you're already finding the LCM for 12, so 6 being a factor of 12, 12 takes care of it. Same goes with 4 and 5, so we need not factor these values in. So when you take the LCM comes out to be 360. So this 360 becomes the assumed capacity of the tank. Many a times you must have heard that the capacity of tank is 360, but it will be more appropriate if we say that this is an assumed capacity and not the actual capacity of the tank, because in the latter half of the DI, when the questions unfold, we never know whether we given the exact capacity of the tank or we given the exact output of the pipes. So we are assuming this to be the assumed capacity of the tank if these are the timings, keeping into mind. So we can draw or we can write down their input and output efficiencies somewhat like this. So 360 divided by 6 would give me 60. 360 divided by 8 would give me 45. 360 divided by 5 would give me 72. And 360 divided by 10 would give me 36. So these are the efficiencies or the outputs of these pipes in terms of per liter how many water they are letting water into the tank. And when we talk about the outputs, when we are like throwing water out of the same tank, this is their efficiency, right? So what we have done is we have quantified their efficiencies in terms of liters per hour, assuming that the tank's capacity is 360 liters. Now we are good to go with all the questions. So in such scenarios, whenever you're having DIs on pipes and cisterns, time and work, maybe speed, time and distance, maybe profit and loss, maybe some other data values. So you need to first see that how are these values interrelated and how can we start solving these questions provided the data given to us, right? So we are good to go now, and let's have a look at the very first question. The first question says that if pipes 1, 2, and 3 are used as the inlet pipes and pipe 4 is an outlet pipe, then in how many hours will the tank be filled if all the pipes are opened together? So we are using and using this as an outlet pipe. So what we need to do is to calculate the net flow. What is the net flow? The net flow is the sum total of the water either getting into the tank or going out of the tank if all these pipes are open together. So 60 plus 45 is 105. 105 plus 72 makes us plus 177. So in an hour's time, these three pipes which are being used as the inlet pipes are letting in 177 liters into the tank, whereas the fourth pipe numbers 4, is letting out 30. Sorry, this is minus. I'm gonna correct this, right? This is minus. So what we're getting is 147 liters. So at the end of an hour, if all these three are kept open, we would be getting 147 liters inside the tank. This is the net flow. So for us to calculate the time, what we're going to do is we're going to divide the assumed capacity of the tank by 147. As you can see, both of these can be divided by 3, so 120 in the numerator and 49 in the denominator. So 2 whole 22 upon 49, because 49 twos are 98, 98 plus 22 makes it 120. This will be the total time in hours. So 2 whole 22 upon 49 hours should be the correct answer. This is the answer to question number 1. Let's move on to the next question, question number 2. Now, what I've done is I'm going to copy this table to all the questions so it becomes easy for you to understand. And what you can do while you're solving the question in the examination is you have to draw this small table on one piece, on one side of the paper, so that you can always go back to this particular data and utilize this information to solve any of the questions, right? Let's have a look at the second question. The second question I have to say which two pipes should be used as inlet pipes. So which two pipes have to be used as inlet pipes, so that if the remaining two pipes are used as the outlet pipes and if all the pipes are then opened together, then a completely filled tank should be emptied in exactly 6 hours 40 minutes. Now, this is an interesting question. Now, you can approach this question by two different ways. Number one, you can try different combinations from here, but that will be a very lengthy approach and this will be a very time-taking approach as well. Number two, you have to first read the question carefully, and the question says that the tank is to be completely emptied, which means in this particular case, the net flow is negative. What do I mean by a negative net flow? Means that whatever amount of water is getting inside the tank, more than that is being pushed out of the tank. Only then we will start emptying a full tank. So the very first thing is you have to look for the combinations which give us a negative net flow. Now, the second part you can do is that you can have a look at the options available to you and eliminate all those options which give us a positive net flow. So, we'll be eliminating all those options which are giving us a positive net flow, and this can be done easily. So, these options are for those two pipes to use as the inlet pipes, and the other ones will be used as the outlet pipes. So, if I'm using 1 and 2 as the inlet pipes, I'm going to use 3 and 4 as the outlet pipes. So plus 105 and minus 120 will give me how much? See, plus 105 and minus 120 will give me a negative flow, that will be minus 15. So we'll keep this. For 2 and 3, now 2 and 3 if we take, so 2 and 3 as an inlet pipe, so plus 10 plus 117, and if these are used as the outlets, so 45 and 30 is minus 75, so this does not happen because this will give me a positive net flow. So if you use 3 and 4, so 3 and 4 being used give me 108 minus 85 doesn't gonna work, so this is again out of question. 2 and 4, so if you take 2 and 4, so 45 and 36 makes it 70, no, it makes it 81, and then the remaining two makes it minus 135. So minus 35 and 19 minus 56. So this gives me a net flow of minus 15. This gives me a net flow of minus 56. 1 and 4, so 60 and 36, 96 positive, and this as negative minus 130 as this, right? So what is this? This is minus 130 and so minus 36. So this will be minus 36. So how do we go now? What we do is we just calculate the time now. What do we do is we just divide the capacity of tank with these net flows, and whichsoever gives us a value which is 6 hours and 40 minutes, we should be done with the question, right? Or the other way around, to make it more easier, what you can do is you can simply divide the capacity of the tank by 6 whole 2 by 3 hours. Why? Because 40 minutes is 2 by 3 hours. So this will be 20 upon 3. So we divide this by 20 upon 3. Right, so 20 upon 3, my mistake. So this becomes 18 3s are 54. So we need a net flow of minus 54, which 54 or 56. 54. This is also 54, I believe. This is not 56. It should be 54. Let me just check. 2 and 4. plus 81 and minus 135. So minus 35 minus 19, yes, minus 54. So option D has to be the answer over here. So option D is the answer. Right, so you have to be aware of how you can go, but provided you read the question carefully, then only you can save time, else you will be wasting a hell lot of time. Let's have another question, question number three. Now, this is again an interesting question. What does the question say? So, if the capacity of the tank is 2400 liters, and if the inlet pipes 1 and 2 and outlet pipe 4 are opened for 1 hour each, alternatively starting with pipe 1, 2, and then 4, then in how many hours will the tank be filled? Now, this is a trick question. Why is this a trick question? Because this has two catches over here. The very first catch over here is that since we have assumed the capacity of the tank as 360 liters, and all these values are with respect to 360 and not with respect to 2400. So what we have to do is we have to first do a correction over here, that if the capacity of tank is 2400 liters, so 24 divided by 6 is going to give me 400 liters per minute. This is going to give me a 300 liter per minute. And since we're using them as inlet pipes, they'll be adding up quantity in the tank. Whereas tank number 4, pipe number 4 acting as an outlet pipe would be taking away 200 liters. So plus 400 plus 300 minus 200 plus 400. This is what the process is gonna be like, right? So first hour you get 400 liters. Second hours you get 700 liters. And at the end of the third hour you get a capacity of 500 liters. Now please try and understand, if you are thinking that every 3 hours I'm gonna get 500 liters, so why not divide 2400 by 500 and then multiply it by 3 would give the answer. This will be completely wrong. Why? Because the tank is being filled in a cyclic pattern. We are not opening all three of the pipes together. So what eventually is going to happen is that the very first thing, for the first 2 hours, the level of the tank is going to rise. Please try and understand. I'm going to make a small diagram for you to understand. Now please try and understand. This is what happens in the first hour. Then this is what happens in the second hour. Then this is what happens in the third hour. So what is happening is the level will first rise and then start falling. So we have to be careful and how we can actually calculate this. What we're supposed to do is actually try and understand. First hour we get plus 400. Second hour we get plus 300. And the third hour we get minus 200. You get a minus 200, right? So every 3 hour cycle, we are getting 500 liters in the tank. Now, since the capacity of the tank is how much? 2400. So now let us see what happens till the 20. Let us first fill 500 liters. So for 500 liters, we need 3 hours. For 1000 liters, I'm explaining it to you in detail. Once you get the hang of it, you can do it in a shorter way. So for 1500 liters, you'll be needing how many hours? 9 hours. So from 1500, we will first reach 700 and then 2200 and then we'll come back by 200. So we are yet not touching 2400 mark. Please try and understand. 1500 plus 400 plus 300 will give me 2200. Will be falling short by 200 liters over here. So another 3 hours, and at the end of the 12th hour, the tank would be filled by 2000 liters, right? Now comes the turn of the pipe number one, which happens to be filling 400 liters in an hour, and we are exactly having a deficit of 400 liters in a tank. So from 2000 to 2400 liters, it will be only 1 hour will be required by pipe one. We'll be adding 400 more liters, and exactly on the end of the 13th hour, the tank would be filled. So the answer to this is option A, that happens to be 13.